Each year, more than 3 million players play softball under the ASA umbrella. As the national governing body, the Amateur Softball Association oversees the entire sport of softball, including nearly 245,000 teams nationwide.
It's a great activity. It's very wholesome. It's outside. It's team.
These teams cater to players of all ages and all varieties of softball. But this year, one squad in particular was the sport's brightest star. The USA Softball National Team is the most formidable force the sport has ever seen.
It's truly a dream come true to wear the red, white, and blue.
This summer, Team USA dominated the Athens Olympics in unprecedented fashion.
5 hitters, 5 strikeouts for Jenny Finch. And that one is gone! Another Bustos bomb!
After outscoring their opponents 51-1 and winning their 3rd straight gold medal, Sports Illustrated placed them on the cover and anointed them the real Dream Team, symbolizing the ascension of USA softball to the top of women's sports. The success story of Team USA began before their arrival in Greece. Their 50-game Aiming for Athens tour drew record crowds across the United States.
Huge outpouring of fans. They shoehorned them in here.
5 of those games were broadcast nationally on ESPN.
Wearing the red, white, and blue and representing your country, it's what you live for and what you dream about.
When Team USA played the University of Arizona, the game peaked at a .82 rating, averaged a .71, and was ESPN's highest-rated show of the day, topping SportsCenter. ESPN scheduled 20 additional broadcasts, reflecting the drawing power of USA softball's Diamond Dynasty. The ASA was constantly in the spotlight during the Aiming for Athens tour. 2 games were played at ASA headquarters in Oklahoma City, showcasing the nation's finest softball facility.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to Oklahoma City. Alongside 2-time Olympic gold medalist Michelle Smith, I am Eric Collins.
A new national ASA TV spot featuring Jenny Finch was launched on ESPN for the tour.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, U.S. Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ESPN featured ASA storylines during each telecast.
Eric, I'm here with Nancy Teehee, who is coach of the ASA Jitterbugs here in Oklahoma, and Nancy, the Amateur Softball Association. All these players on the field grew up playing on those teams. What are you hoping your players leave with from this experience today?
During live action, ESPN softball analyst and former Olympian Michelle Smith was quick to point out the importance of the ASA brand.
There's a lot of JO or Junior Olympic type ball for the 12 and under, 14 and under, 16 and under ASA ball that is played at the grassroots level. You know, that's what our sport needs to continue.
Team USA's Olympic dominance was epitomized by the word team.
This is arguably the most dominant team of any sport here at the Olympics.
But it may have been the character of each player, coach, and staff member that fueled Team USA to its 3rd straight Olympic gold medal. ASA. From the USA national team to neighborhood leagues, superstars to everyday players, From fast pitch to slow pitch, from dads to daughters, it's softball, the game America plays.
Welcome to ASAsoftball.com. It's the ASA Hall of Fame Stadium webcast, the presentation of the national tournament for 3 women's classes, women's class C and D, a women's open, and then men's class A, B, C, and D. As right now we are starting the championship game for men's class D. It's going to be White's Lawn Care versus Lugo's Heavy Hitters. Home team will be White's Lawn Care out of Wake Forest, North Carolina, the Riverdogs. Coming from Mission, Texas, is Lugo's Heavy Hitters, sponsored by Mar Designs and Construction. White's team out on the field, and Lugo's Heavy Hitters set to start the first inning. I'm Brian Warren. We'll be bringing you today's action. Jake Chastain. I'll bring you the top sides of the innings, and bottom side, Jake will call those. Leadoff batter for Lugo's Heavy Hitters will be the left center fielder, number 17, Pedro Lopez. Lopez, a right-handed batter. First ball comes by, and it's a strike. That's going to be ball 1. Catching for Whites is number 22, Ken Hunt. Pitcher is Dwayne Davis. Davis sends in the pitch, and we'll see a strike. Full count. Where Pedro Lopez swings one, and he squeezes it by third baseman Johnny Baker. Picked up by left fielder Kevin Laxton. Laxton gets it in and will hold Lopez at the one bag. Coming up, Ignacio Briseño, shortstop, number 21. Most of the players on this team either from Mission or McAllen, Texas. And Briseño gets it past the second baseman. They throw it in all the way from right field to third base, where Pedro Lopez was sliding in, and they make the tag. Lopez not liking the call, but the tag was made at third. Lopez will be out. One down, and Briseño will be on first. Third baseman, number 40, Cesar Garza, will be swinging at the first pitch, and it's going to go to left field, caught by Kevin Laxton out there, and Briseño will head back to the one bag. 2 down, with cleanup batter coming up at the plate. First baseman, number 9, George Guevara. Guevara watches the first one comes by, and it's a strike that Davis sends in. High inside for ball 1. Strike 2 comes across. 1-2 count. Davis sends an inside pitch, evens out the count at 2. That one is a hit over the shortstop's head, going to make it all the way out to center field, and Briseño running across the plate, going to get a run in for Lugo's Heavy Hitters. Guevara will hold up on second. Shortstop Adam Keith jumped up, tried to make the stop, but it was too high, went over him, and then got past the left fielders. He didn't have enough time to get over to it. Goes all the way out to the wall. Double RBI for Guevara. Now up center fielder Venustiano Martinez. Martinez rips one down the left field line, and it goes foul. Davis will get a new ball. That one's inside for ball one. 1-2 count. Martinez lets another one come by. 2-2. Venustiano Martinez, also known as Tuffy, as we have a 3-1 count. The umpire corrects it. 3-1 is the count. Another foul ball. That will bring a full count. Now 3-2. 2 fouls to the left side. 3 balls coming across. Venustiano Martinez. Tuffy is what they call him. Swing, and it's high. Center field. Going to camp under it and make the catch. Center fielder Joe Perkins for out number 3. White's Lawn Care will come into bat as Lugo's heavy hitters will take the field. We'll be back with the bottom half of the inning. Jake Chastain will bring you the call.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading to the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
We're back, and after one run goes through for Lugo's heavy hitters, White's Lawn Care Riverdogs coming up to bat. And the first batter that'll be coming up for the Riverdogs will be number 3, the first baseman, Sean Millard. The pitcher for Lugo's heavy hitters is number 24, Gilbert Garcia, and catching for the heavy hitters will be number 18, Victor Montenegro. Millard steps up to the plate. The lefty, number 3, down 1-0 right now. First pitch, that's going to be a called strike as it goes over the heart of the plate. Second pitch just a bit inside, counts 1-1. And Miller drives that one up the middle. That's going to be a single to start off the inning. Sean Millard and the Riverdogs. And that'll bring up number 5, the shortstop, Adam Keith. So with one man on, no outs, that'll bring up Adam Keith. Takes that first pitch, drives it down the left field line, but it's just foul. Just foul over the left field line as left fielder for the heavy hitters. Gilbert Garza brings the ball back in, and Adam Keith will step back into the box. Once again, Sean Millard at first, no outs, and the batter is Adam Keith. Adam Keith bloops one into center field, and that's going to fall for a single. Millard moves over to second base, and Adam Keith with the bloop single into center field. That'll bring up number 7, the middle infielder, Jeff Parker. Runners on first and second for White's Riverdogs, managed by Willie Medlin. They call time there. Looking down the left field line. Not knowing exactly why they called time. So Jeff Parker steps into the batter's box now. Runners on first and second. No outs. Bottom of the first. He'll take the first pitch for a ball. Count 1-0. A second pitch right over the heart of the plate for a strike. Count 1-1 now. Millard reached first on a single, and Keith advanced him to second with another single. And that'll be called strike, so the count will be 1-2 for Jeff Parker, the middle infielder. Once again, runners on first and second. Parker punches that one over to right field. And that's going to be a single. The right fielder for the heavy hitters there, not able to run in and make the grab, Andres Torres. And that'll load the bases for the four-hole hitter, number 21, third baseman, Johnny Baker. With the bases loaded, first pitch. That's going to be a little short for ball one. That one looks like a good pitch. Baker doesn't like it, but that's going to be called a strike by the blue. As Baker points out, that looked a little deep to him. Count now 1-1, no outs, bases loaded. Baker jumps all over that pitch. That's going to be hit in between first and second base. They're going to hold the runner at third, but one run will score as Sean Millard comes home. That's an RBI single for the cleanup hitter, Johnny Baker. And that'll bring up number 1, the second baseman, John Moore, for White's Lawn Care Riverdogs. That's hit deep to right field. Center fielder coming over, making the catch. But one more run will score on the sacrifice fly as Adam Keith tags up and comes home, and both runners from first and second advance. Now up to bat for White's Lawn Care Riverdogs is number 22, the catcher, Ken Hunt. And that falls right on the tip of the plate for strike one. He knocks that one over to second baseman, playing deep. Not able to make the throw, the first baseman for the heavy hitters, George Guevara, not able to dig the ball out of the dirt. Nice hustle play by Ken Hunt. And another run will score for White's Riverdogs. So White's Riverdogs in the first inning able to put 3 runs on the board. There's no outs. And bottom of the first, that'll bring up number 20, the DH, Wayne Ennis. He hits that to deep center field. Right center fielder backing up, making the grab. The runners will advance. Looked closer than it was. So Wayne Ennis, a deep fly ball for the first out. Ken Hunt advances to second. And Johnny Baker to third. That'll bring up number 14, the center fielder, Joe Perkins. He rips that one down over the third baseman's head. One run will score. And Ken Hunt, the catcher, will score. That's a 2 RBI single there for Joe Perkins out to left field. Now up to bat number 4, the right fielder for White's Riverdogs, Chris Laxton. He grounds that one back to the pitcher, and that'll end the inning. So after one, White's Lawn Care Riverdogs up 5-1 over Lugo's heavy hitters. We'll be back in a moment.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Hooters, a sponsor of the ASA Hall of Fame Stadium Tournament. All seven classes with tournaments going on this weekend. Deciding the Class D championship as Lugo's heavy hitters come in for the top of the second inning. Big rip right there down the right field line. It was hit hard, but caught by the first baseman for White's Lawn Care. That would be number 3, Sean Millard. So a great grab as the ball came quick. Davis with another batter up, this time from left to right. It's going to be number 5, the extra hitter Carlos Rosales. And he will drive one down. Picked up by shortstop Adam Keith, who shoots it over to Millard. Just a second too slow as Rosales will be safe at 1. Moving on down to the catcher now. The brother of the head coach Julio Montenegro, the catcher Victor Montenegro. Stepping in, right-handed batter. Illegal pitch. Chops at that one, it's going to go foul. 1-1 is going to be the count. Get the ball sent back into Davis, the pitcher. Montenegro swings at that one. It's going to find a hole in center field. Can the fielders get to it? Oh, diving in the gravel out there. Center fielder Joe Perkins, and that's not going to feel good. As he'll catch his breath for a moment, and that's going to be an RBI triple for Victor Montenegro. Dwayne Davis, the pitcher for White's Lawn Care, turn around making sure that Perkins will be okay to continue play. He said he just needs a minute to catch his breath as he made a dive out there on the warning track. Has his glove sitting on the ground, and will take just a moment to recover from that, pick up his glove, and be ready to go. Signals to the pitcher, Dwayne Davis, that he is prepared for some more action as we bring up Andres Torres, who gets a quick shot, and it's going to go over to the second baseman. A 2-1 play from John Moore to Sean Millard. Torres will get out, but he picks up the RBI as Montenegro will come in and score. 2 runs now on the board for Lugo's heavy hitters, 1 per inning. Whites picks up 6 in the first inning. Moving on down to Gilbert Garza, the left fielder. There's a 1-1 count now. Garza takes a swing, and it's going to go to the third baseman. A shot from Johnny Baker to Sean Millard for the third out. Another run scores for Lugo's heavy hitters. We'll be right back.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading to the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
We're back. Bottom of the third inning. As Dwayne Davis, the pitcher, grounds out there. This one hit to center field. Left center fielder right there makes the catch. Kevin Laxton with the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the number one hitter, Sean Millard, who had a single up the middle in the first inning. He'll take that first pitch for a strike. Hits this one to left field, and that'll be another single for Sean Millard. Bringing up to bat, number 5, the shortstop, Adam Keith. Adam Keith also singled up the middle, and this time he'll do the same. That moves Millard to second base, and that will bring up number 7, the middle infielder, Jeff Parker, who also singled, but to right center in the first inning. Likes the first pitch, places it in between the shortstop and third baseman. Millard will round second and score. And that'll make the score now 6-3. And that'll bring up number 21, the third baseman, Johnny Baker. Runners on first and second. That one hit foul down the right field line into the stands. That ball, an illegal pitch. That'll be called a ball. As the count now 1-2. A line drive hit to right center field. Another run will come home for White's Riverdogs. As Adam Keith rounds third and comes home, an RBI for the third baseman, Johnny Baker. So with a man on first and second, that'll bring up number 1, the second baseman, John Moore. A single up the middle, off of the right center fielder's leg. That's going to be extra bases. He gets to second. And the runner will score all the way from first. Johnny Baker on his horse all the way around. 2 runs will score as John Moore hits a single to center field. Next up to bat will be number 22, the catcher, Ken Hunt. Hits that right past the pitcher. And John Moore around third and come home. An RBI single for the catcher, Ken Hunt. Up to bat now for White's Lawn Care Riverdogs is number 20, the DH, Wayne Ennis. Ball's a bit inside. They called ball one, count 1-0. That one hit to left center field. And that'll be caught and end the inning. So we'll start top of the third with Lugo's heavy hitters, and we'll be back in a moment.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading, through the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
Lugo's heavy hitters will be coming up to bat. Second baseman Mark Flores will start the inning. Heavy hitters trail 3-10. Flores swats the first one, races to the bag, and is going to be safe. Third baseman Johnny Baker shoots it over to Sean Millard after he picks it up, but it takes a bounce, and Flores tags the bag just in time. So safe at one. Now we move to the top of the lineup. Number 17, left center fielder Pedro Lopez. Illegal pitch for ball one. Pedro Lopez gets a single down the right field line, advancing Flores over. So runners on first and second, bring up Ignacio Briceño, the shortstop. Strike one for Briceño. One and one the count. Swings at that one. Going to go over Davis's glove. Didn't have enough to get to it. Number 3, Mark Flores. Rounds third, coming in as the ball comes in. It was a race to the plate. And Flores tried to slide it and kind of messed up on the slide. Assumed he'd get tagged out until catcher for Whites, it's going to be 22, Ken White, mishandled the ball, and Flores was able to tag the plate with his hand. Now we have another mishandling of the ball by White after it bounces off the plate, and both Lopez and Briceño will advance a bag, so it puts runners on second and third. They're in scoring position, and Cesar Garza is at the plate. Outside of the plate, but it grazes it for strike. Ball two, 21 count for Garza. Swings that one, it's going to go to the middle infielder of White's team. That's Jeff Parker. Holds the runners at second and third, and quick to get Garza out at one, throwing it over to Sean Millard. And And that will bring up the cleanup batter, number 9, first baseman George Guevara. Guevara with an opportunity to bring in 2 runs as his team trails by 6. Swats the first one, and it's going to go the same spot. RBI for Guevara as Lopez is able to come in. Ursinio will be held at second, and that's out number 2. Foul ball hit by Venustiano Martinez. Five-run game now. Martinez watches the balls come by. 2-1 count. .31. That one's off the plate, but it's going to be a strike. Parker warning the catcher about the second base runner. That one is deep, and it's going to be caught by center fielder Joe Perkins, and that will end the top half of inning number 3. We'll be back with the bottom in just a moment.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood treat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
We're back at Hall of Fame Stadium in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, for the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Class D championship here between Lugo's Heavy Hitters and White's Lawn Care Riverdogs. Right now, White's Riverdogs are up 10-5 over Lugo's Heavy Hitters, and leading off the inning for the Riverdogs will be number 14, the center fielder, Joe Perkins. Perkins is 1 for 1 on the day with 2 RBIs as he steps into the batter's box. Knocks that one a high chopper to the second baseman. And the second baseman for Lugo's Heavy Hitters, Mark Flores, able to make the play for the first out of the inning. Now up to bat for White's Lawn Care Riverdogs is number 4, the right fielder, Chris Laxton, who grounded out last inning. With no one on, 1 out. Chris Laxton's brother, Kevin, bats 2 spots behind him. Chris hits it sharply to the third baseman, gives him plenty of time. A great throw by Lugo's Heavy Hitters, third baseman, Cesar Garza. And that'll be out number 2. Up to bat now for the Riverdogs, number 11, the pitcher, Dwayne Davis. That'll be called a ball, so the count now 1-0. No one on with 2 outs. 2-0 now the count. And the first called strike there. Count now 2-1. That ball hit deep to dead center field. And then a one-hop to the fence. Dwayne Davis will have a stand-up double. So with 2 outs, Dwayne Davis coming up with a clutch hit there to dead center field. And that'll bring up the 11th hitter, number 2, the left fielder, Kevin Laxton. Laxton likes the first pitch, drives it to center field. Right center fielder for Lugo's heavy hitters charges in, and that'll be the third out as Pedro Lopez gathers the ball in. So, after 3, the score, Lugo's heavy hitters 5, White's Riverdogs 10. You're watching Men's Class D Softball on ASAsoftball.com.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel.
Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching.
So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players and giving me the chance to prepare at a high level.
ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
Into the 4th inning now. Start the inning will be the pitcher, number 24, Gilbert Garcia. By grazing that inside of the plate, Garcia watches it goes by to even out the count 2-2. Takes a shot at that one. It goes over Adam Keith's head, and Garcia will get the base hit picked up in right field by Chris Laxton. Wayne Innes is now catching for White's Lawn Care. Started with Ken Hunt, but Innes is in now. That one's going to go behind the plate, and Garcia wanted to run, but he'll hold up and stay at the first base. Lugo's Heavy Hitters, all sponsored by Mar Design and Construction. See another ball come by. It's 3-0 for Carlos Rosales. Ball 4. Runners on first and second, bringing up Victor Montenegro, who had a double earlier out to the right center wall. Center fielder for White's Lawn Care, Joe Perkins, made a diving attempt, but he failed to make the catch, and Montenegro had an RBI along with that double. Here he's going to rip a single. Garcia will round the bags and come home to put another run on the board, making it 6-10. White still leads. Montenegro will stop at 1. Rosales at 2. Gets the rip out to right center, and second baseman John Moore was unable to get to it as Davis sends in the first pitch to Andres Torres, a right fielder. Strike 1. Even count at 1. Third pitch is going to be swung on. It goes straight to John Moore at the second base, and they make the out at second as John Moore turned and got it to White's middle infielder Jeff Parker. Tagged the bag, got the out at 2, and then turned and tried to make an out at third rather than going to first, and didn't quite get it. So Rosales will be safe at third, and there's another hit. Rosales is going to come in. Torres will go to second. It goes out to left field, picked up by Kevin Laxton. It's a 3-run deficit now as Mark Flores will come up. Gilbert Garza with that hit, putting him on first. Bases are loaded, and coming up to the plate is left center fielder Pedro Lopez, the leadoff batter. We're at the top of the lineup. He's 2 for 2, and that one's going to go straight back to the pitcher, who will turn and toss it to the middle infielder, Jeff Parker. And again, Parker didn't toss it over to the one bag, so just out number 2, but a run comes in, so it's a 2-point game, 2-run game. And that's a foul ball hit by shortstop Ignacio Briseño. 10 runs for White's Lawn Care, 8 for Lugo's heavy hitters. Briseño hits it to the opposite side. A diving catch made by first baseman Sean Millard, who tosses it over to Parker on the 2 bag, and that's going to be out number 3. So 2 runs come in for Lugo's heavy hitters. Brings the score to 8. 2-point game as White's Lawn Care will come in. We'll be back with the bottom half of the inning in a moment.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading to the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
And we're back, bottom of the 4th inning. White's Lawn Care Riverdogs up 10-8 over Lugo's heavy hitters. Leading off, the bottom of the 4th will be number 3, the first baseman Sean Millard. Count now 1-1. 21 now the count. As Sean taking a couple balls here, likes that one, tries to drive it back up the middle. Pitcher tips it with his glove. And the shortstop for Lugo's heavy hitters making a fantastic play, Ignacio Briseño, chucking it over to first for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up number 5, the shortstop, Adam Keith. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Both hits have been bloop singles to center field. They pitch him inside there. That's a ball 1. And he pulls that one just fouled down the third base line for strike 1. Count now 1-1 with 1 out, no one on. And the batter is shortstop Adam Keith. Count 1-1. He hits that over to shortstop. Shortstop gets up quick. Turns and throws another fantastic play by the shortstop for Lugo's heavy hitters, Ignacio Briseño. And that'll bring up to bat number 7, the middle infielder, Jeff Parker. He's 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. And he pulls that one down the left field line, just foul into the stands. With 1 strike, no balls, and 2 outs, Jeff Parker up to bat. Stepping back into the batter's box, pitcher for Lugo's heavy hitters is Gilbert Garcia. Tries to place that one right back to the pitcher, Gilbert Garcia. Throws it over to the first baseman, George Guevara. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. So after 4, White's Lawn Care Riverdogs up 10-8 over Lugo's heavy hitters. We'll be back in a moment.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, future Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5 Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ASA softball, the game America plays.
8:20 Oklahoma City time as we bring up number 40, the 3-hole third baseman, Cesar Garza. Lugo's heavy hitters. That one's going to go foul to the left side. Onto the batting cages. Left fielder Kevin Laxton was running over trying to get it, but it was out of reach. That's the first pitch, so it's going to be a strike for Garza. That one slaps center field, caught. Out there in center field is Joe Perkins, getting out number 1. George Guevara gets a rip to left field, and that one's going to be caught by Laxton over there in left field. Bringing up Venustiano Martinez. Martinez is 0 for 2. Slaps that one foul. Down the left field line. Picked up by Laxton, who will toss it back into Davis still at the pitching spot. Lugo still down by 2. It's a 10-8 ball game. Ball 2 comes by. 21 the count. Slap to center, no one there, and he's going to get going for the double, and he'll be safe at second.
And Gilbert Garcia pops out to left fielder for White's Lawn Care Riverdogs, Kevin Laxton, and that'll end the inning. So 1 hit, no runs for Lugo's heavy hitters as we go into the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back in a moment.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading through the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
As we're now in the bottom of the 5th inning, White's Lawn Care Riverdogs up 10-8 over Lugo's Heavy Hitters. Now in the bottom of the fifth, Riverdogs up to bat, number 21, the third baseman, Johnny Baker. First pitch, ball one. That pitch is called a strike, so now the count 1-1. Johnny Baker, 2 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs, hits it to dead center field, and the right center fielder for Lugo's Heavy Hitters, Andres Torres, with the catch there, or excuse me, Venustiano Martinez. So out number 1 as a line drive fly ball to center field. That'll bring up number 1, the second baseman, John Moore. Line drives that back to the pitcher, Gilbert Garcia. A great play by the pitcher, Garcia, to record the second out for the Lugo's Heavy Hitters. And that'll bring up number 22, the catcher for White's Lawn Care Riverdogs, Ken Hunt. Right now, the Riverdogs clinging on to a 2-run lead. He'll take that line drive to center field. That's going to go for a single. So with 2 outs, Ken Hunt, the catcher, coming through in the clutch to keep this inning alive with a single up the middle. And that'll bring to the plate number 20, the DH, Wayne Ennis. And Wayne Ennis is 0 for 2 on the day. 2 pop-outs to center field. Runner on first, 2 outs. That pitch right over the plate for strike 1. A second pitch, Ennis takes for strike 2. 0-2 the count with 2 outs. That one outside for ball 1. The count now 1-2, 2 outs with Ken Hunt, the catcher. And it's a line drive up the middle. Venustiano Martinez with the grab. And that'll advance the runner. Runner's on first and second now. As the next batter will be number 14, the center fielder, Joe Perkins. Joe Perkins is 1 for 2 on the day, has 2 RBIs. Right now, trying to extend the lead that White's Lawn Care Riverdogs have, 10-8. And we're going to get a pinch runner for the catcher, Ken Hunt. Can't catch the number right now. And the pinch runner is number 15, Mark Langston, who will be subbing in for Ken Hunt. So with 2 outs, White's Riverdogs manager Willie Medlin making some moves, trying to extend the lead, which is right now only at 2 runs. And once again, up to bat, number 14, the center fielder, Joe Perkins. And the first pitch will be a ball. Langston's going to go. As he turns back around, the second baseman not expecting him to come back. And he heads back to second safe. So runner still on first and second. And the count at 1-1. Perkins lines up, hits it in between second, or the shortstop and the third baseman, gets past the left fielder. Langston's going to score. Wayne Ennis is going to score, and Joe Perkins is going to have an inside-the-park home run, 3 RBIs. A nicely hit ball, but an error by the left fielder, Gilbert Garza, which gave up 2 extra runs there. With 2 outs, that's not an error that manager Julio Montenegro wants to see out of his left fielder right now. Now batting number 4, the right fielder, Chris Laxton. That first pitch is a ball. Base is empty now. Count 1-0 with 2 outs. Laxton hits it to the second baseman for the heavy hitters, and that'll end the inning. Not before the Riverdogs can put 3 more runs on the board to extend their lead to 13-8 over Lugo's heavy hitters. We'll be back in a moment.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Heading into the top of the 6th inning, and it's 13-8. Lugo's heavy hitters coming up to bat. First batter is going to be the extra hitter, number 5, Carlos Rosales. Still have Dwayne Davis as the pitcher. Big rip by Rosales, but it's going to drift foul. Getting the ball back, and we have a 2-1 count. 2 balls and then the foul for a strike. Rosales watches the inside pitch come by for ball 3. It's 3-1. Swings at that illegal pitch, and it's going to go foul. Could have let it gone by, and it would have been ball 4. But he swings, pops it back. For strike 2, it's a full count for Rosales. Scoreboard was not up to date. He had a full count going into that hit, and so the foul ball would be strike 3, and that's going to be the first out for Lugo's heavy hitters. Big hit on the first pitch that goes foul again. Seen so many go over there in the grandstands down the left field line. It's Gilbert Garcia. Victor Montenegro is the batter. Pops one up center field. Getting under it will be Joe Perkins to make the catch. Tossing it in to Jeff Parker, rounding the bags. Andre Torres up in the batter's box now. One and one the count. A nice snag by the middle infielder, Jeff Parker. Makes a diving grab for out number 3. We're going to head into the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's a 13-8 ball game. White's Lawn Care leads as they come in to bat at the bottom of the 6th.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with a USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading to the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
And we're back. Bottom of the sixth inning. White's Riverdogs leading Lugo's heavy hitters 13-8. And up to bat for the Riverdogs, number 11, the pitcher, Dwayne Davis. Takes that first pitch for a strike. The second one, he drills deep to left center field. All the way against the wall. Dwayne Davis will have a stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the sixth for the Riverdogs. A great hit. When it came off his bat, pretty sure the only thing he was worried about was whether or not it was going to be a home run, which would have ended the inning. Now up to bat, number 2, the left fielder for the Riverdogs, Kevin Laxton. As they're having a conference, the ump is. It looks as though number 23, David Langston, will be pinch hitting for left fielder Kevin Laxton, as they're making some lineup changes here. As the ump talks to Kevin. Once again, leading off the bottom of the sixth, the pitcher, Dwayne Davis, drills a shot to left center field for a double. And we are going to have a pinch hitter, as Kevin Laxton will be pinch hit for by David Langston. And that first pitch just too short for ball one. And that was a great throw. Bobbled the ball as it was a ball behind the plate. The catcher for the heavy hitters, Victor Montenegro, throws out Dwayne Davis as he tries to steal third. So that'll be the first out of the inning. David Langston still up to bat. The count 2-0. Now no one on and one out. Another ball, count 3-0. Right on the corner of the plate, 31. He reaches out right past the pitcher. That's going to be a single for David Langston as he rounds first. A great hit. Probably would have scored a run if Dwayne Davis would still be on second. And Kevin Laxton comes back in for Langston to run for him. The leadoff hitter, number 3, first baseman Sean Millard, up to bat. Grounds one, chops one to first base. Over to the shortstop. Not enough time to roll up the double play, but a great play by first baseman for Lugo's heavy hitters, George Guevara. Now that'll bring up number 5, the shortstop for White's Lawn Care Riverdogs, Adam Keith. Adam Keith is 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles, and he grounded out to the shortstop. Right here, another bloop to center field. Laxton rounding second, going to third. So with 2 outs, runners on first and third, that'll bring up the middle infielder, number 7, Jeff Parker. Jeff Parker also 2 for 3 on the evening. 2 singles, 1 to left center and 1 to right center. That's a deep fly ball to left field, and it will be caught for the third and final out. So after 6, The score, White's Lawn Care Riverdogs 13, Lugo's Heavy Hitters 8. We'll be back in a moment.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading, through the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
Top of the 7th inning, and it's the final chance for Lugo's Heavy Hitters, Mar Design and Construction, to pick up the 5 needed runs to at least create a tie and go into an extra inning. They trail 13-8. Gilbert Garza, the left fielder, he's 1 for 2 on the night, and he will start off the inning. Garza has 1 RBI on this game. Dwayne Davis sends in the first pitch, and it's going to be illegal for ball 1. Wayne Ennis catching for Davis. Garza swings the first one. It's going to be stopped by second baseman John Moore, quickly tossing over to Sean Millard at the 1 bag, and that's going to be out number 1. Dwindling hopes for Lugo's Heavy Hitters, bringing up number 3, second baseman Mark Flores. Flores is 2 for 2 in this game. Both of those singles. Again, a reminder, the winner of this game will be the Class D men's champion. Lugo's Heavy Hitters out of Mission, Texas. White's Lawn Care out of Wake Forest, North Carolina. Big hit there by Flores as it hits center and then bounces off. Tried to get stopped by middle infielder Jeff Parker and goes out to left field, and then picked up by Kevin Laxton. Flores is going to get the base hit, his 3rd single. Moving to the top of the lineup, number 17, left center fielder Pedro Lopez. In the 1 hole. Ball for the first pitch. Lopez is 2 for 3. Inside, but it grazed the plate for strike 1. Lunges at it, and it's going to be a double play. Almost making the catch was the first baseman, Sean Miller. Dropped it, tagged the bag, and gets the 1 out, but Flores never left, so he will remain at first. 2 outs. Ignacio Briceño at the plate. A 1-1 count. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI in this game. Outside pitch will let it go by. Swings at that one. It's going to go foul. Strike 2. 2 outs. 2 strikes for Briceño. His team trails by 5. If they do not tie or take the lead, this will be the ball game. Crowning White's Lawn Care Riverdogs out of Wake Forest, the Class D champions. Outside. Ball 3, we have a full count. That one's hit to right field. And it's dropped by right fielder Chris Laxton. Laxton tries to throw it into Dwayne Davis, and then he drops it as Flores tries to come around, and there's going to be obstruction call, and Flores is going to be able to come in and get the run, making it 9-13. Brasinia will hold up at second. It looked like Chris Laxton out there in right field had the catch to end the ball game, but as he hit the ground, he wasn't able to hang on to it. White's Lawn Care having some words with the official, trying to sort the play out. White still with a 4-run lead and 2 outs. 1 runner on second. And we'll see at the plate the third baseman, Cesar Garza. So it seems that everything is sorted out and the run is credited. There's a strike. That's going to be out number 3, and that's the ball game. White's Riverdogs. As the shortstop, Adam Keith picks up the grounder and tosses it over to Sean Millard at first base to get the out. All the way from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Most of those players from the Raleigh area, all firemen in Raleigh. If the Raleigh Fire Department is tuning in, as they were yesterday, we appreciate you for watching here on ASAsoftball.com. Most of these players compete in the Police and Fire Olympics in Vegas every year, and the core players of this team have been together for about 8 years as they pick up the Men's Class D National Championship. They were the Eastern. They come in with the Western, Southern, and Northern champions, play the pool games, get seeded, win that game, and come for the championship and defeat Lugo's heavy hitters out of Mission, Texas.
And a lot of the other teams we talked to in the past couple days have said this Class D league might be one of the better teams that are put together. You have to have a lot of precision hitting, a lot of good fielding out on the field, obviously. No home runs allowed. If you do hit a home run, it ends the inning. So it's a great accomplishment for White's Lawn Care Riverdogs out of Wake Forest, North Carolina, as they win the national championship 13-9. Thanks for tuning in. We've got another game on slate probably in 13 minutes as the Class A championship will be settled between Cheney's Pitch Black and Long Haul Trucking. Once again, join us in about 13 minutes. You're listening to Jacob Chastain
and Brian Ward on ASAsoftball.com.